Hey guys, welcome back to the Snap Ring Chronicles. Today we're coming back at you with another tool video. This is not a ratchet, but it's a pretty interesting tool. It's a center punch from Craftsman, kind of a vintage one. But before we get started, if you could do me a big favor and give me a like and also subscribe to this channel if you find any of this at all interesting or entertaining. Okay, so here we have a center punch. This is, like I said, a Craftsman. It's number 40542 USA, and I think this was made by General. It's I think the same as a General number 79 center punch. And from what I saw online, I think you can still buy these on Amazon. I think the prices is like $20 something for the center punch I saw that had the removable tip like this. I think it was on sale, maybe it was on sale for like $18. It was usually regular price is like 25 and change. Okay, I picked this one up used. I think retail, pretty cheap, maybe $1 or $2. Happy to find it because I'm never had a decent quality center punch. I have those center punches from Harbor Freight that you would buy for like $2 or $3, and they work okay. I think the older ones were working a little bit better than the newer ones that they have now. But all in all, they were kind of the quality on those are kind of hit or miss. Like I had one I've had for a long time, and it seems to work okay. And I had another one I bought some years after that, and that one's kind of wonky. It kind of punches when it wants to, or you have to position the tip or like swirl it around so when you squeeze it wasn't, I guess, broached correctly, that the shaft kind of doesn't engage correctly sometimes. But anyhow, getting back to this particular center punch, and this one seems pretty good. It has a removable tip. This tip looks like a little bit worse for wear. It's kind of a little bit lopsided, but I think I can still find tips for this. I think General has tips for theirs, and I will assume that those might still fit onto these old ones and these Craftsman ones also. But I'm not sure. I never bought those tips, so I wouldn't know. But I'm thinking, it would make sense for those tips to fit onto this. So let's just take this apart. But before that, this one has an interesting feature, like on those cheap ones that I was talking about, Harbor Freight. It's just one tool, and you can make no adjustments as to how hard or light you want the punch to hit. This one has you can adjust the striking force by turning the end knob here, and as it says here, light. If you want a light hit, you would turn it. I guess that would be counterclockwise. If you want a heavy hit, you would turn that. Looking from the bottom here, you would turn that clockwise for a heavy hit. But to take this apart, I guess you would just turn this counterclockwise all the way, and this cap slips off. And look inside the cap, you can see the threads there for the cap are kind of around here in the middle of the cap. And that's what that looks like. And here's the spring, and this is, of course, it's going to be kind of a heavy duty spring. That's what that looks like. And Okay, then you unscrew this section here. Okay, that's the tip section, and then this is kind of the barrel that shoots forward. You probably need something to push it out. Here's a mechanical pencil. And you push that barrel out of the shaft, and here's a look inside the shaft. You can see the threading here that threads onto the tip, and that's that. I'm gonna get back to this part when I look at this part here. Okay, here is kind of that barrel that shoots forward, and pretty interesting. It has like this spring here has been pinned to the body, and everything looks nicely machined, pretty clean. Everything, I don't see anything sloppy here. And you see that to get this to work, this tip is depressed and it goes into, let me get my pick. You can see this should be straight like that, and you see like there's up here there's a lip that kind of in the way, and if I press this button down here, it moves up and clears out of the way. Let's see if it gets some better. Let me see if it get better focus. There we go. See how that just opens up when I press this bottom button here. Okay, in this shaft, in this the body here, this tube, there is a step. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. Let me get a light. You see kind of some way down in the barrel here, in the body, you see there's like a step in there just beyond the threads there. You see there's like a ring. It looks almost like a ring. It's like a step there. What happens is that this barrel, it goes down a certain point, pushed by this the tip. When the tip is being pushing down, it kind of comes out. Let me take this off. This is what the tip looks like when it's off. That makes it easier for me to push it down. Okay, this shaft tip, the shaft of the tip pushes down. It pushes down the barrel until it engages that lip that I was showing you. And once that lip engages that button, once that lip engages this button here and pushes it down, it opens up the hole more, so the barrel is able to shoot like that with the spring action, and that what makes the punch. That's what causes the punch. I hope this I know it's very wordy, but I'm hoping this makes some sense. And this tip here, from the tip, and this rod that sticks out, there's a 3/8, and I'm using my Williams. Yeah, I'm always plugging Williams, right? I'm using my Williams 3/8 wrench here, and it has this nut here, I'm gonna call it, and that unscrews the tip part. And under there, inside of here is the tip and a spring. Here's the spring that pushes the tip forward. Again, it keeps it kind of forward. And here is the tip itself. It has kind of a collar there that doesn't let it go all the way back. It kind of stops it. This is what the tips look like. And in here is the inside of the tip housing. And you can see there's some threads there for this. And just the hole that positions the tip shaft. You can see some threads in there if you look real good. And the tip itself. Okay, to put this back together, you just take your tip and screw that back on. Like that. This tip is kind of wonky. I definitely need like a better one. But I guess it'll work for now. You take this, you just stick this back in like that. You take the spring, put the spring back on like this, and then you take your nut holder and then you screw that back on. Might want to take a little wrench and get a little tight. Not crazy, you know, you don't want to go crazy on these small parts. Okay, so now you have the tip assembly ready. And this, you just take the barrel and stick it back in this way, with the hole facing this way against the threads up here. And you just seat that in there like that. And you screw the middle section down. And now you just take your spring and your rear section and you screw that on. And now everything is ready for action. And then you just adjust the tension you want on the spring to adjust the force of the hit for the center punch, and you're ready to go. So yeah, that's the teardown of this Craftsman. It's the 40542 center punch, and glad to have it. It's looks like a good quality piece. Okay guys, until next time.